Welcome back to the amazing digital hell. Episode starts off with our main people coming back from a adventure, and everyone's kind of tired and just wants to laze around. Caine is talking to Zubul for a bit, and they talk about his future adventure ideas, and so Caine just forces everyone into the same spot and just gives them adventure ideas. Zubul suggests the suggestion box again because apparently she didn't hate being a wage slave. Omni also agrees with that, and everyone else doesn't really care. So Caine decides to do a lightning round where he picks out some of the suggestions from the suggestion box and just forces everyone to do them. First suggestion box adventure is Jax, who decided to do a hunting themed one. Zubul immediately doesn't like it because she's being hunted by Jax, and so she posts a vote to skip this mission as well as to force Jax into being a vegan. Wait, hold on, isn't Caine not able to? And then he just gets cut off. Next one is Pomni as a president, and apparently this is Jax's suggestion again, and it's kind of cute to see that like he wrote everything out. He even gave Kinger his own little character card, and he gave everyone a character card, but he made Pomni the president, which means that he probably wrote this one out recently, but just decided to not give Pomni a, like card to tell her what her role is, nor what she's going to do, just to make her panic as much as possible. Then Jax bursts in with a bomb. Pomni doesn't want to deal with this, and she's getting no useful tips from any of them. And then Gangle bursts in with a bomb, like just TNT strapped to her chest, and apparently she's supposed to be a New Zealander extremist, and so she blows up. And then we go to the next adventure. Next adventure, they're out stargazing, and Pomni and Jax are talking together for a sec. Jax says that he's kind of bored because he prefers his adventures to be a bit more chaotic. He also says that, do you think Gangle is capable of being happy? Because he usually just doesn't see her smile or anything without her mask. Ragatha interrupts him and just says maybe she would be happy if, you weren't bullying her all the time. She didn't think Jax cared about what other people thought or liked. And then Jax was going to say something, but he just cuts himself off early. Then Pomni asks if Jax has any friends, and Ragatha just says not anymore, and this just makes Jax extremely pissed and just staring at Ragatha. Ragatha gets uncomfortable and just decides to walk away. When Pomni asks what that was about, Jax just says it's nothing. But he also comments that doesn't it get like annoying or something? Because like after being told that you're loved or cared for so many times, it kind of loses all feeling and meaning. We also see them talk for a bit, and Pomni and Jax are actually starting to get along as like actual friends. Caine is watching them from afar, and he's annoyed that no one's really, panicking or something. So he does an intermission, and it's a really long one, but just think of it as more torture. So the next adventure is one where they're all sitting at a bar. Jax walks into a bar and orders a whiskey sour and just says, can you hold the egg whites, because he's a vegan, and he gets confused for a bit and just says, wait, hold on, I thought Caine couldn't mess with our minds. Pomni and Gangle were already in the bar, and Kinger and Ragatha come in. Ragatha orders a Cosmopolitan, and Kinger orders a Corncob Blitz. It's revealed to us that Zubul used to also be a bartender. They decide to tell each other about their stories. Jax is just telling a fake story about basically being Heisenberg. Gangle says that, she worked in fast food, but that she also went to community college for a bit. She also said that she didn't pursue art after she got a job because it kind of was eating her time. Zubul offers to make art with her. Ragatha says, hey, Zubul, I didn't know you worked on art. And she said, yeah, I was also a tattoo artist. Ragatha starts talking about her backstory and how she lived on a farm with an abusive mother, and so she went into real estate, and then after that she got put into a circus. When Zubul gives Kinger his drink, it has like an actual piece of corn on it, and Zubul notices Jax is visible, like flinching to it. Jax apologizes to Pomni about the presidential adventure where she got blown up. She accepts this, but he also does like just make a face while also hugging Pomni in front of Ragatha, and she just looks scared. Ragatha tries to bring up a traumatic event as something comforting, but she just realizes that and cuts herself off. Zubul takes the corn from Kinger's drinks. God fuck! Zubul takes the corn from Kinger's drink and puts it in front of Jax, which just visibly upsets him. So I think he might have trypophobia. Caine says he's bored and just forces everyone to go into the next adventure. They all go into a game of softball. And so while they're playing softball, it's just the current team with evil versions of themselves, except for Gangle. Zubul and Gangle try and vote to have Jax be put in a maid outfit. Pomni votes against it, and so does Jax, so I think he's starting to trust her. And Ragatha also votes in favor of it, which just allows for it to be passed, and so does Kinger. We also see that this made Jax, like, not unreasonably upset, because I would be upset if someone forced me into a maid outfit. But now he finally has enough justification to burn down Gangle's room, so yay! Ragatha is talking to Pomni for a bit, and she's a bit frustrated how she didn't win, because she puts, like, the thing I realized about Ragatha is that she puts too much pressure on herself and doesn't allow herself to kind of relax as much as she allows others to. Ragatha is talking to Pomni, and she just says that she doesn't want to be a jerk, which is why she doesn't relax sometimes. During the game, Gangle was up and she hit a home run. This made Ragatha actually smile for a bit. Pomni asks for Ragatha if she wants to go up because last time she went up she missed. Game ends because they all won. Ragatha notices Jax and Pomni actually talking to each other and having fun. Jax turns back into normal and he's not in his maid outfit again, so he rushes back into evil Jax and just starts biting the ever-living shit out of him, which makes Pomni laugh, and this also concerns Ragatha for a bit, because she thinks that, like, she's turning evil or something. We also see a character in the background. This character's name is Abel, and he will be back in a future adventure, so think about him now, but also remember him later. Like and subscribe if you want more, and leave something in the comments section. Also, where do you think this audio came from?
Suck.